Welcome back to No Nonsense FA Cup, third or fourth, third round fixture. Some real giant killing going on this weekend. Will just passed. For those of you thinking, I thought this was going to be the Saipan episode. No,
not so
wrong.
easy.
Yeah, well, you're incorrect with that. That's what when you assume based on what we said. You know,
surely you know by now. It's been years.
No, Will, tell me what happened. You went to the cinema and what happened?
Well, yeah, so for me, I was like, right, I'll go see Saipan. Kept putting it off. Like, right, I will see it. And then it came to Monday. I was like, right, I have to see it tonight. We have to do the podcast at some stage this week. So I looked it up on the cinema and the IMC. I said, yeah, I'll go to that. Wrong cinema. There's 2 cinemas in Carlow.
You went to the Omniplex?
Yes. Well, and I had gotten the times all mixed up, and it was just...
That was another wrinkle for me. I didn't know you had the wrong cinema as well. I mean, I know there's 2 cinemas, but still.
Well, that was the confusion. I was like, this, it doesn't seem right. And then I really looked into it, and I said, I've gotten this totally wrong. And then, like, I probably could have gone to a later showing, but I was just like, you know what, fuck this. I'm not... That was enough for me. I said, it's not to be today.
It's shame on them. I mean, their branding obviously isn't strong enough that you could mix them up so easily.
Well, the real issue is, and look, I say it oftentimes as it's a plus for the town. Not too many towns have 2 cinemas right beside each other.
Yeah.
That both stay in business somehow. It can lead to moments like this where you don't know what's on or where you're going.
Well, I love the cinema. You know, I think we should. There's probably room for another one somewhere on the outskirts.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
an arty one maybe. Yeah, one of just food.
An arty one that every 6 months appeals for funding because it's going to be closed down. Mm-hmm. You know, we need a bit of drama like that, kind of social drama to bring everybody together. But I do love the cinema, and I went to the cinema myself. I did half-heartedly try to convince Sarah to watch Saipan with me, but it's funny, Will, because the word Saipan mean nothing to her.
Yes.
You know, and what's even crazier is that she's probably in the majority of people our age.
Yes, I would agree.
You know, like we live in a little bubble. Like, oh, everyone knows about Roy Keane, Saipan, and all that thing. But I mean, if you take 90% of women, probably don't know what it means.
Mm-hmm.
And then the percentage of lads that don't care about football or remember 2002, we're definitely in a minority of people. When you go Saipan, you go, yeah, Roy Keane. So I said, we should watch Saipan. So what's that about? And I would go into the fucking Italian 90 and the kind of drinking culture and how the game moved on post millennium, and Roy Keane was like this player for a night, and blah, blah. And you know, he was kind of right because I've been back to World Cup since. And he said, we're kind of close now, though, aren't we? I was like, oh, we are, but we have to beat Czechia twice, home and away, and then, you know, presumably Denmark if they beat Montenegro in their semi-final. And she said, Denmark, wow, they'll be mad to go to the United States. I think she's trying to change the subject, but she said they'll be mad to go to the US given the whole Greenland thing. I was like, they will be mad to go to the US, but I bet Donald Trump won't be mad for them to come. Will.
I hadn't considered the potential invasion of Greenland getting us to the World Cup, Carl.
This because Trump doesn't want them there. He doesn't want that kind of fiasco. He doesn't want them going on a run in the World Cup. So maybe he has a word with his.
Remember the last World Cup? They made it all about Denmark.
He doesn't want that in the US, though. He might have a word with his willing sidekick, Johnny Ventino. Maybe, you know, if they could get a doing in their little playoff round, that wouldn't be the worst thing that happened, Johnny. Now, listen, if it was me and I was trying to do a team, I wouldn't wait for the final. Too many eyes, you know, because the other people in the group will be watching that game. Just general sports fans will be watching it. But the semi-final against North Macedonia, no one's watching that. That's where you get a ref in to do them. So what I'm saying, Will, is that if we beat Czechia twice, we'll either be playing Denmark and we'll win because it'll get, you know, we'll get the rub of the green that night, if you know what I mean. Or they'll already be rubbed out and we'll be playing North Macedonia, which improves our odds, I think. This whole new Greenland thing has a totally new perspective for me. I've kind of changed allegiances. I'm like, well, maybe you wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if. I mean, Russia's right there. You got to protect your back, you know. I mean, Maybe they're the rights to do whatever they want. So yeah, long story short, we watched Mary Supreme instead.
Oh, I'm very jealous. Want to see that as well?
Oh man, that was great. You know what? I think Timothée Chalamet, he's gone from just an actor now to a movie star because he carried that movie. You know,
No, he's a movie star. Not just obviously like he's great in films, but he carries himself like a movie star. He does cool shit all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. He outside the off the screen, he's you know a marketer's dream, PR person's dream, but on the screen, I mean, so much happened in the movie, but not a second felt like, oh god, the talking scene. You know, he was just like you were watching him, and he was the worst, most reprehensible. He lied, he cheated, he slept exclusively with married women, but you were still like, I hope he wins the table tennis game. God, I hope he wins.
Yeah.
Which is like only good actors can be that character and still root for them. You know, I know it's probably written well, but I mean, yeah, he was amazing. So I didn't watch Saipan, but I'm just gonna say now we've had about 10 years or so. Timmy, get ready for 30 more.
And I will say this as well. It's a new era because I feel like now, say like Saipan in cinema, even Marty Supreme, I'm like, I have to see those this week because I think films are only in the cinema for like 3 days now, and then they're on Netflix a week later.
Oh yeah, no, because you start to lose money on it because you know if they're on a streaming site, they're then on a dodgy box, you know, and then it's just like there's no one coming to the cinema. Like to be fair, when I was there, the cinema was packed, full of people, a lot of couples, a lot of dudes. But yeah, it was the cinema was full, and it was a Sunday night. You know, it wasn't even a deal night. So, I think people still enjoy going to the cinema because it's a fun little kind of outing, especially like this time of year. It's like. So yeah, I mean, look, Saipan, we might get to it. Once it gets the dodgy box, of course, like I get to watching the.
That'd be very funny if, like, anyone with a dodgy box is like, "Oh, Saipan's on it," and the next day we have a podcast episode like Saipan review.
They'll know exactly what happened. Yeah. But yeah, what were we talking about? FA Cup knockouts. The holders, Crystal Palace, out to lowly Macclesfield. Supposedly, Macclesfield wasn't lowly enough, or I think maybe working class enough for Ryan Reynolds and Rob.
Mac.
Yeah, Mac. To do the Wrexham thing on it. They eyed up a few different prospective clubs and they're like, nah, Macclesfield doesn't look kind of gritty or poor enough. Wrexham's the shithole we're looking for. But no, they beat Crystal Palace, maybe a slightly weakened side, which hard to know what thinking is there, to be honest. I mean, they are 14th still.
I think so, yeah.
The early title charge is dissipated. They're not going to, you know, in case anyone's still wondering, they're not going to challenge the league. Probably won't even challenge for like top 4 this year. They might get Europa League though if they were to win the FA Cup again.
Although maybe they're just thinking, well, hang on, we won this last year and we still weren't allowed to do the Europa League, so what's the fucking point?
Well, that would be a very childish way to look at it because they know exactly why they weren't allowed in last year because of multi-club ownership and that whole fiasco.
Well, yeah, so, maybe I said it in the wrong way. Maybe they'll say, well, we weren't allowed in the Europa League last year, so what is the point? Because we're going to do it again.
Oh, right, yeah. Maybe the powers that be were like, no. Well, I guess but like the managers isn't being told, hey, don't play fucking, you know. Although they had Wharton, they had Gahey as well. There wasn't a completely like nobody team, but still, it wasn't their full strength team. And you think like, what else do you have to play for? I know are they still in the Conference League? They must be.
They must be. Yes. Yeah.
I guess if they won the Conference League and they finished 14th, I mean, for one, it'd be a new chant. 14th again. Who gives a fuck? We've won the Europa Cup, the Conference League Cup. But yeah, it just feels like they're in the FA Cup still. They're in the Europa Conference League. But, you know, 2 competitions play, like, you know, split the 2 full team between those 2 games. I don't know if they're playing next. Or maybe they get in trouble for playing weekend team in the league, maybe, and not so much in the cup. I mean, yeah, like the FA is not going to give out them for this, are they? For granting Macclesfield their greatest night. Like, fine Crystal Palace. Fine them.
They're making a mockery of this, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas in the Premier League, if they were to put a weekend side out against, you know, Chelsea or Liverpool, and like that would give them up to 4th or whatever, there might be some hell to pay.
Gary Neville would be none too pleased on commentary.
Yeah. You don't want to think about Gary Neville, as I often do. How about this, Will? Who's your favourite pundit of the current stable?
Oh, good question.
I think I could guess. I think I can guess most people's. Ali McCoist.
Yeah, I was thinking Andy McCoist, yeah, but I was like, is he a pundit? He's always on commentary. You rarely see him in the around the desk.
Yeah, that's true. And you know why? Maybe it's because he actually likes football.
Yeah, that's why he's the best commentator. He's not bogged down by any of it. He's very excited all the time.
And he's not like the same with Micah Richards. That's how he made his name. Like, here's someone who isn't like taking it pure serious. All the rest of them take it pure serious, and it's like it's not that I don't think Gary Neville knows what he's talking about or isn't put in the required study, but like, this is a man who can enjoy Christmas because it knocks off his routine. Like, even if he's like praising a player, he was clinical out there. He was an absolute menace. It's never like, what a game. Whereas Adam McCoist will just enjoy it, and he'll still have analysis. Maybe, like I said, I've rarely seen him in the pundit room, but yeah, I had that epiphany. Like, I just don't like, because I'm watching it for fun. He's there getting paid for it, which I guess is different. But like, everyone who's watching it for fun, they don't want to hear someone to talk about the negative things of it. Just have a bit more of a laugh with it, I think, is what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching a game on Sky and it's Peter Drury and Gary Neville on commentary, it's a very different experience than listening to Fletcher and McCoist do a game. Because you can tell, Fletcher and McCoist don't really care who wins either way. They're kind of just in it for the laugh. Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because McCoist is a Rangers fan. He's got no dog in the race.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Dog in the race? Horse in the race. Dog in
There's
the
dogs
fight.
that race.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, but I mean, dog in the fight, horse in the race, whatever. So he's a bit more relaxed about it. Whereas like Gary Neville's thinking, Man United should be playing this game. Carrick was thinking, like, who Liverpool playing these guys next? They're thinking about their own team, and like that's their whole thing. But like, listen, I'm completely biased. I want my team to win. Well, at least fucking enjoy it then. Do you know what I mean? Like, why? Christ.
I was thinking this too. How come Gary Neville and Carrick are allowed to be on commentary, but Micah Richards is not?
I don't know. I think he's maybe gone. He's not as on TV as much as he used to be, I feel.
He's more a podcast guy now, isn't he?
He's pulled in so many directions. He's got like 2 podcasts on. He's making lots of podcast appearances. He's on CBS. He's on Sky.
CBS is the other one. CBS doesn't even count, really. Like, that's more a TikTok show.
They do have a laugh, though, and that's why they're so successful.
Carragher's able to switch on having a laugh in that one, but he has to turn it off when he's on Sky.
Yeah, he's authentic. That's his biggest problem, in my opinion. Anyways, what are we talking about? Macclesfield, congratulations. They're by this logic, they should win the FA Cup now. They must be favourites to win the FA Cup, having knocked out the holders. Man United are not favourites, and they are out of the FA Cup. The other Darren Fletcher, not having a laugh at all.
Speaking of, I don't know if you saw that clip at the start of that game where Fletcher says, and how about this, Ali? Since I'll play the clip here.
I've got to tell you, Ali, as well, that since he got this caretaker job, in about a week, I've had 6,500 brand new Instagram followers because they seem to think they're following him and not me.
Shows how many fucking bots there, isn't there? What is that about? Like,
who's following Darren Fletcher?
Desperate to follow Darren Fletcher that quickly that you can't even look to see who it is.
And even if you're not even looking to see who it is, are you really like, who's following Darren Fletcher but has no idea what he looks like? That's so strange to me as well. Like, they don't even know.
It's fanatical fans who are just like, he's my manager. He's basically my manager. I play for Man United. He's my manager. I will follow him to the ends of the earth. Oh, sorry, wrong guy. You, Darren Fletcher, I will. They're just like, they're foot soldiers. They're brainwashed. They want this.
Do you think there's guys on Twitter with the commentator Darren Fletcher as their profile pictures at the moment?
They just have a fucking AI tool to do that for them, and then it just picks up the wrong Darren Fletcher because he's more famous, and it's not good for Man United because I think he's gone now. I think it was his last game, Darren Fletcher. Did he win one, lose one, and draw one?
He drew one, lost one. Didn't even get the third.
But Sesko, 3 goals. There's a player in there, Will.
There's a player there. It's interesting to watch now because, like, all Man United are under Darren Fletcher, or war, I suppose, was get the ball to Bruno, and Bruno will get the ball to Sesko. It might not work, but it might work now and then. and they got 3 goals out of it in 2 games, which does make you think like they could have been doing that the whole time.
Yeah, there's definitely a balance between attack and defence, I feel. But I suppose the big story is for Darren Fletcher. Or not for Darren Fletcher. He was the only interim, he's gone. But I think the most telling story is the kind of anger at losing to Brighton.
We talked about how Amorim had like lowered the standards to an incredible level where like no one cared. It's mad that they're back all of a sudden because he's gone. They've gone from having a manager to no manager, and suddenly it's like we have to win every game.
Yeah. And like we've mentioned countless times, Brighton, I think they've won 9 times in the last 9 years.
Yeah, they have. I think they're, until United had bet them in the Premier League 2 months ago or whatever it was, they had won 5 in a row. So obviously that's home and away and home again.
And I don't know. I think that's the level of fame and support that Man United have, that they'll never get to rock bottom. They'll never get to a point where, you know, they're losing FA Cups. Like, of course that, you know, I'm moving on in my life. It's like Brighton.
Yeah.
Are they in the Premier League? I don't know. I only support Man United. It's like, I think it's one of the few clubs that they literally only support Man United to the point where they don't even know who's in the rest of the league until Man United play them.
And like, even if you think like it is bad, obviously knocked out of the Carabao Cup at the first round, Grimsby, that was way worse. Also getting knocked out against Brighton. Brighton are a good team, but it is like, it's the first round of the FA Cup, so it feels worse. But this thing again of being like, oh great, season's over in January. It's like they weren't going to win the FA Cup. They can't win 2 games in a row.
And if they did, it wouldn't be enough. We've seen this before. That's not the answer.
All that matters is the league. That's it.
Yeah, but I think it's so, like I say, a large swathe of fans that you can't put them all into one thing. There's different fans who feel different ways. Some just want to win the next game. Some think they should win the league. Like I said, Gary Neville, Roy Keane, they won't be happy till Man United win 3 leagues in a row.
Yeah.
Like, that's the level where they think they should be at. That's back. Anything below that is not good enough. Second place, forget about it. FA Cups, 10 a penny. You know, it's got to be leagues and it's got to be domination. So there's very different fans out there, and they're all very vocal when they want to be. So yeah, look, Carrick now has the job after an interview battle with him and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Michael Carrick versus Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Friends become enemies, enemies become friends. Carrick gets the job, apparently. He's in. But apparently also, before the interview process, Solskjaer was the favourite. So God knows what he said in there.
I mean, like, he is interviewing for a job. I saw someone describe him as this, and like, I think statistically it's actually true. He's interviewing for a job of interim manager for the Premier League for 6 months. In football history, he is the greatest interim manager in Premier League history, and he still failed the interview.
He got the job permanently, though, didn't he?
So, yes, he got the job permanently after the interim run to the end of the season. But remember, he went on the crazy run, obviously, as interim. So it's like, he's the perfect guy for, yeah, he's not going to be there long term, and he go out there and play.
Super sub. He's a super sub all his life.
Exactly. So it is weird that in the interview, whatever he said, they're like, I don't know about this. So I just can't imagine what he could have said that would have put them off it. Surely, I would have thought, even like when they said they were interviewing him, I was like, what do they need to ask? They know he knows the answers to the questions.
Yeah. That was, you know, for him, like, I know he's in between jobs at the moment, but like, for a place you've played for years, a place you've managed on an interim basis, a place you managed before, left by mutual consent, left through the front door, like you said, to then them ring and go, listen, we'd like to bring you in for an interview for an interim position again.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, you have to, like, that's the ultimate never go back. Like, you gotta have some self-respect and go, you know what, lads, I'm a full-time manager now, but if you want to get, you know, talk about that we can, but I'm not going back into it. So to go back, to swallow your pride and go, I just love this club so much, to be parked in those halls again, that's all I want. Do the interview. They say no, and they hire your former assistant when you were the manager.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? Why did you even bring him back? What did you possibly... The only thing I can think of is that he's mentioned a player that isn't at the club anymore or something.
Yeah.
Like, man, what are we doing? This isn't 2021 anymore. That was... How long ago was COVID? Genie Mac. It was that long ago. He brought them out of it completely. He must have said something that really was crazy because like I just don't know what they could have possibly need to find out that they didn't already know.
Well, so I think it went one of two ways. One, which this is the one I'd like to think happened, is that he was maybe too ambitious for an interim manager. He was saying, I want this much and I want to be guaranteed this. And if I do this, I get this. And you have to buy this player and this. And they said, all right, this is too much. Like, we want an interim. You're making too many demands, Ollie. I'd like to think that's what happened. I am worried that what happened was he was too eager. He was like, I'll come back no matter what. Doesn't matter what you tell me. We don't even need to buy anyone. They thought, this guy's not ambitious enough, actually. This is going to be a disaster. So hopefully it's not that one.
I guess the biggest thing, again, you don't need to know to bring him into to know this, but if it starts to go badly, it does make the club look like they have no ideas left. They're completely finished. Like, we've brought back Ollie again and we're losing again. Like, and then you have the opposing fans saying Ollie's at the wheel, which is like, it's just like, where do you go from there? Whereas at least Michael Carrick is kind of different. Yes, he's another former player, but still, like, Ollie at the wheel again, like the memes right themselves. I mean, I guess the marketing team had a heavy say in this. Like, no, you can't do this. The risk versus reward here, marketing wise, is just nowhere near high enough. Yeah, I just like say that's grand, but you don't need to bring him in you don't need to embarrass the man by bringing him in for an interview and then say, actually, you were here before, weren't you? Yeah, no, that was no. Can't do that again. Sorry. Don't know why we brought you in. So, God knows what happened there, but I guess he should take the Iron job.
I mean, yeah, he's missing out. That could have been him. Although, look, we've got our man now. We've got to get behind Heimer. We can't be talking about these. Who else could have?
Listen. I think I'm happier, but I'm saying for him, he should have taken this.
He should have. Well, also, I will say he was probably offered a quarter of what he's supposed to be paid for that job.
maybe. But he'd still be in the job, and we'd be heading to the World Cup. Maybe with a few strings pulled by our good friend Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Donald Trump. Yeah, I didn't watch much FA Cup, I have to say, but I did see that Barcelona and Real Madrid were playing a game. The Super Cup, isn't it? The winner of the league versus the winner of the Capital Rey, I think.
I believe so. Yes.
And where else to play it than the center of the universe of sporting, economic, and everything, Saudi Arabia. We were looking this up in the group chats. Like, is there any sport that hasn't been, taken over by Saudi Arabia Sports Inc. or whatever? The answer is no, from what we found out. I mean, it's everything from darts to tennis. It's they have everything, and Barcelona were so conscious of the fact that this was the epicenter of everything, that they were debuting in New Jersey during this competitive game. It was like a preseason friendly, but like, look, you just couldn't turn down the market opportunities of being in Riyadh. So we are cooked, I think. It's kind of over.
Yeah, it's kind of over, and this is something we've talked about in the show before. Like, we get the idea behind sports washing. Of like,
I don't anymore, to be honest. I don't.
Like,
I don't think I ever did.
It's never changed my opinion on anything. It's just now all of the stuff is on there, and if anything, it makes me more annoyed.
Yeah, I think someone maybe said that once, but I don't think that was ever the idea. I think they just decided they were going to take over sports, and they have.
Yeah, because that was the other thing as well, is that like they want to diversify their portfolio from owning all of the resources to like what about just fucking all the sports are on here and celebrities like it here and stuff. So they just do everything now. But again, it's just like that thing of the idea of that they originally did all the sports washing to kind of clear their name. And when you think Saudi Arabia, you think big events and you think like glamour and glitz. But instead, I saw today the Royal Rumble, the WWE's Royal Rumble is on in Jeddah or Riyadh this month. And they're building a stadium from scratch. And they started it a week ago. And it's on in 3 weeks' time. So obviously that's being done through incredibly illegal means. But like now I know they're doing that. Whereas before, if it just wasn't in Saudi Arabia, I would have thought, is it true what's going on in Saudi Arabia? I don't know. But I see it with my eyes now.
Yeah, but in 10 years' time, maybe people won't know. Like, Michael D. Like, people our age love Michael D. But people beforehand remember as the politician that might have other opinions, Time moves on, and then you just become like a different guy, But Yeah, I don't know what the sports washing was ever. Maybe it was a longer term thing than us. So our kids maybe will think, wow, Saudi Arabia, what a dream would be to play there one day.
We gotta say, it does look like quite the experience and quite the atmosphere, because it's definitely the first ever El Clasico I've seen where every goal was celebrated by the entire stadium.
Yeah, like a home game for both teams. Every goal was amazing because it's like when I went to watch the Barcelona game, I didn't really care. If I'd seen an unbelievable goal, I probably would have cheered. Now they won, was 5-0 or something against the young boys, so it was like not much opportunity to make a scene. But yeah, like it was just a stadium full of tourists, but tourists in their home ground. So it's a rare one, especially for a big game, and like. This would be the game that got Alonso sacked. Yeah. This is the final straw. This is the thing about it. It's like the whole thing is like, it's so 2026, I suppose. I know we're only just into it, but maybe this will be the sign of the times that like Alonso gets sacked for losing a community shield in Saudi Arabia. It's like, yeah, game is gone.
Well, I mean, if you think how many diehard Real Madrid fans couldn't go to that game, it was like too far to travel, whatever. And it's
Barcelona fans missed out a chance to see them beating Real Madrid.
Yeah, exactly. But even just like if you think like maybe there's some diehard old school Real Madrid fan and they love Xabi Alonso and they're really rooting for him to be the manager, and then all of a sudden he gets sacked for a game you weren't even able to go to because it was on a different continent.
Yeah, I don't think there was too many Alonso fans. That was the only thing, I mean, whatever style of manager you want to be is fine as long as you win. And they're not doing that at the moment. They're not top of the league. So that always leaves room for a player revolt, which seems to be what's happened here. I think it first kind of started with when they actually beat Barcelona. Do you remember that game when Vinicius came off and he was ranting and raving?
Yeah.
Because he got taken off in the game when they were winning. It was like, well, the other games of the season, Vinny. But he's in this kind of death squabble with Mbappe to see who's the greatest player of all time. In his own mind, anyways. And it turns out Mbappe is probably a little bit more favoured by, Alonso. So he was in his head with this. So as soon as he got taken off, he was like going crazy. And yeah, that was like, oh, he may have lost, the star player here. One of the star players. Maybe he's losing the dressing room.
There goes one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing was like, Ancelotti, or certainly Ancelotti was accused. I don't think he liked people saying it, but it was kind of like, hey, just go out there and be the best players in the world, which you are. And when you had Modric and Kroos and, Vinicius and all that, it was like, hey, this is working out pretty well. But all those players aged and retired, it didn't kind of work as well. And they went, okay, we need someone who can actually fucking put a tactic board together. And again, I don't think Ancelotti would agree with that, but I mean, it was get him out. Bring in Alonso, the hottest new manager in Europe, and the players hated it. So I liked it before. We could just do what we wanted, like not track back. And that was like, well, you lost Arsenal, lads, so thumbs up to change.
Yeah, because I saw an article earlier. I think it was The Athletic had it up, or one of those big ones. But one of the lines from it that I had a good laugh at was like, things had taken a turn for Alonso when he tried to implement new systems such as tactics and pressing. And some of the star players weren't too keen on these methods. So, like, literally, just the basics, lads.
Nobody is, especially the best players. No one wants to track back. I remember Hazard, I think he was when he won the Player of the Season with Chelsea. It was under the Mourinho Chelsea. So it was Diego Costa, Hazard on one side, Willian on the other. And then you'd still, I think he's like Lampard and Terry. So you had still the core of the old team, these new young players who were unreal. But Hazard was like tracking back. I don't think he scored 30 goals on it, but like he was just, unbelievable. Everything went through him. But he had to work really hard that year. And he got all the rewards he wanted. And the next year, he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then he got sacked. It's like, but you can achieve everything. He's like, I don't want to. I just want to play football. That's
Why are you doing everything? Yeah.
I don't want to have to track back and do this. I just want to, score the goals maybe. So maybe someone else can track back for me. And I don't actually care if we're more successful the way if I do it. I want someone else to do it. So
I'm the player of the freaking year.
Yeah. I've seen this before. It's like the most gifted players feel like they shouldn't have to. And maybe they don't. Maybe you can make it work, but unfortunately for Alonso, it means he hasn't even got a full season at Real Madrid to show that he can, put a team together. And we've said this before, that every player, manager, groundskeeper's goal is how many steps from where I am right now to Real Madrid. So it maybe in hindsight goes, oh wow, we shouldn't take that job. Maybe we should have taken Liverpool or something else. But now we can take that job. Maybe you can take the Man United job.
Yeah, I mean that would be pretty weird. It'd be like when, remember, Benitez went to Everton, just because that feels like the fans
and Chelsea.
It just feels like from day one the fans are like, you're gonna have to earn my respect.
Remember he had that thing about Chelsea and their plastic fans, or the plastic flags.
Yeah.
Like he went on rants about Chelsea and joined them. So I mean, it's not that there isn't precedent for it. I know Alonso played for Liverpool and he won the Champions League and all that. He's Spanish, don't forget. He's more Irish than fucking Scouse. He played. He had his summers in Ireland, don't forget. It's mentioned a couple of times. Would it be crazy to do it? I mean, you've gone from Madrid, pretty hostile atmosphere, Mbappe, Vinicius, Jude Bellingham, the biggest egos in football, conspiring against you. Might not be easier, or would it just be a different type of hard?
It's a different type of hard, because really, when you think of the United squad now, they have done a pretty good job of getting rid of all of the big kind of player power and that, but in doing so, they've made it a much worse squad, and now all of the power is in the fans and the board's hand, and it's a really hard job.
That's why managers get paid millions a year to manage the great players, because the great players have great egos because they're so great. You can't get rid of all the good players. If Alonso goes in, I mean, what you usually would do if you were Alonso is you would buy all the former Liverpool players and bring them to the next club. Which I don't know if he tried to do that with Real Madrid, and then they said Vert's going to cost 125 million, and Real Madrid said no thanks. I don't know.
We're not signing Xhaka.
Yeah, I don't know. But what would seem to be the job of the moment is the Man United job, because you have Carrick coming in for an interim basis. Again, even if he does well, the fact that Ollie is still applying for the job is like, well, we've seen this before, and look where he is. He's actually still here trying to get the job again. So maybe we shouldn't give it to him based on half a season of good results. If Alonso's available, maybe we should go for him. But yeah, I think he'd want a bit of patience. I think because he'd want to build he'd be the same as Amber. He'd want to build a squad in his image.
This is the problem as well, though. I think he's kind of like a system guy. And I think Amram's ruined it for everyone at Man United. I think if you're not changing your formation every week, the board and the fans are going to want you out.
Yeah, they need to go baggy jeans on for the fans. They need to just completely switch it up, go on the vibes, guys. So yeah, maybe give it to Carrick for a couple of years and then bring in whoever. But, how about this, Will? If Man United don't go for him.
I did see an interview with Slot after their FA Cup game. They hammered Barnsley or whoever it was. And it was the first time I've seen in a while an interview with a manager where my first thought was, he didn't say anything particularly mad, but I did think, looking at it, that man looks tired. He looks like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. And sometimes when you start seeing that, it's the beginning of the end.
Yeah, assuming that, they don't win the league, and, they're not a million miles off, but just going on a quick vibe check of the league, I don't think they're going to probably do it. They finish in the top 4. All right, not too bad. There is a kind of sense of I think honestly, if Arsenal win it, it'll be even worse. Because we could have beaten them, surely. Anybody can beat them. This is obviously one of the weakest leagues since last year's league. So if Alonso's still unemployed by the summer, I don't know if he was their first choice. He was certainly the first choice of the fans because he had done so well at Leverkusen. It was kind of like a Jurgen Klopp regen almost. It was did well in Germany. Young manager, knows the club, loves the club, all that good stuff. But has Alonso's stock fallen a bit from the Real Madrid? Have they maybe he won't be able to deal with the likes of Salah?
It's an interesting one because I think maybe if this had have happened just after a random La Liga game that no one over here was watching and just kind of fizzled out, you wouldn't really notice. This was a game because like El Clasico, the final, it's in Saudi freaking Arabia. We're all watching it. We all saw it. But I think a lot more people saw the moments like so there was moments where the Madrid team were like laughing on the bench when they were losing because I assuming being like this fucking guy, he's making us lose again, or the moment after where Alonso is trying to beckon the players to come over and give Barca a guard of honor, and Mbappe waves them off, and then he waves to the players. He says, "We're not doing it." So when stuff like that is happening, I mean, when you see stuff like that, you do kind of think like, right, well, it's not his fault. What's he supposed to be doing here?
Yeah. But I mean, okay, maybe Man United want him. Maybe Liverpool want him. Does he want to break? After that display, after being waved off by Mbappe, is he going to dive straight back into, right, now I got to bring Liverpool back to the top? You know, I got to deal with this aging team. Although he has Wirtz and he has
Frimpong.
He'll see Xhaka twice a year, which is nice.
Nice, yeah. Salah's probably leaving.
We don't know. We can't know yet. Although they were in the AFCON. He's in the AFCON semi-final against Sadio Mane's Senegal.
I saw that, and it was the...
You couldn't write it, Will.
You couldn't write it. I saw that picture with written in the stars playing under it because it's like the Rock and John Cena once in a lifetime WrestleMania thing.
Yeah. And just like that happened. This is like the third time this has happened.
Exactly,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, then I haven't been following the AFCON. I heard that Osimhen is raping up for Nigeria, and that Salah versus Mane in the semi-final. That's all I know. That's all I have to report from the African continent. It's in Morocco, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah. All I've seen from AFCON is I haven't seen a second of the football from it, but I've seen quite a lot of clips of the Nigerian squad just being great crack. Lots of clips of who is it, Awobi and Calvin Bassey just having a good laugh on the bus.
Can you just like down the camera say something to Nigerian fans?
Let's do it again.
Oh, yeah. What have we got to say? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. We did not do it last time. That's why I said, let's do it again. We reached finals and we lost. He said, let's do it again. Did you win it the last time? He said, let's do it again. Let's do it again. We promise you guys.
Yeah, they had a great clip where they were, the Bassi, he ran like the pitch and then slided over the bar.
Alex, opinions on my run? Alright, so cool. Break it down. You've done well to stop Armando shooting. Yeah, that's where it started. That's the most important thing. Top. Then, counters. I've seen one avatar with dreads, and it's not Chimareka. It's Calvin Bass. The ball's gone into the space. I thought, okay, see the centre back. He's knocked it. Analog. Boom. I thought, huh? Boom. Then my man's dropped. You can't cross him. Yeah. 200 meters. My man's dropped. I thought, oh, alright. Calvin's in the box. Yeah. On his right foot. Yeah. Well, maybe he's gonna dink him back post. No. Chop. He's still sliding. Woo. Then bro was taking an extra touch. I thought, Lord of Jesus, where is this ball gonna go? You know? Darling, hold my hand. Don't pick me, sir. Jet 2 holiday. That's what. That ball has gone to AFCON before we got around. Before we got there, that ball has gone. I thought, Jesus. Aye. Then I looked at the fit. Chimadenka was free. Blood of Jesus.
Blood of Jesus.
Blood of Jesus. Ankle Messi.
They're a good laugh.
Yeah. But anyways, what we're going to talk about.
Oh yeah, well that was the other thing. So this news obviously broke, and now all the think pieces in the articles are out saying what exactly happened to Alonso. And one of the things mentioned is that the star players turned on him. Players like Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, they didn't respect him and they lost all faith in him. That came out, and Jude Bellingham replied. I saw this on the football Reddit and I couldn't believe my eyes. Not that he had replied. He said It's total bullshit. But the method he replied is something I've never seen before. Jude Bellingham issued a statement on his own app, the JB5 app.
Yeah. I mean, shades of Jeremy Renner and his app.
It must be the
That
same
whole thing.
company. It must be.
Yeah, well, he got roundly abused for releasing his app, the Avengers Star. He was before his time back then. I mean, that was like 2017, I want to say. And Jeremy Renner had an app out. It was like, for what? And it was like for Jeremy Renner fans to kind of come together and discuss their fandom.
Trade in your Renner points for prizes.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. It wasn't that ahead of time. It wasn't transaction yet, I don't think. But all I remember is that it was so roundly abused by all corners of the internet that everyone agreed this was awful. And then he deleted it. He took it down, and it was like, all right, the people aren't ready for the app yet. People aren't ready for the Jeremy Renner app. But maybe people now are ready for the Jude Bellingham app, the JB5 app.
So we're doing some investigative reporting here, as we're wanting to do. I've downloaded the app and I'm about to boot it up here for the first time. Some quick notes I noticed from the Play Store. It has 0 reviews, 10,000 downloads, and there's a parental guidance warning with it. So let's open this up.
Oh, parental guidance. Is it synced up with Grok, perhaps?
Maybe. I'm assuming he's on an app now because he's like, the PR people are like, you should get off Twitter.
Oh, I think that's the future now. We all have to go to individual apps if you want to hear the updates from people.
I tell you, I'm going to have to describe this because this is an audio show, but look how nice that design is. This is just picking the language.
They got good guys in.
Man, this app is clean. English, get started. It's got like black and white GIFs of Bellingham flying across the screen. A nice like orange color here. Should I enable notifications to stay up to date? Why not?
That's good, actually.
Thank you and welcome to my new JB5 app. This is where you'll find the latest updates, behind the scenes footage, newest announcements and so much more. Stay tuned and see you all soon.
This is going to come back to bite him when they lose the World Cup semi-final.
Should I replay that video or continue? The design is beautiful.
He's not focused, Will. He's not focused on the team. He's worried about his app.
All right, I'm on the app and it looks like a large kind of Twitter. These are tweets now that I'm seeing it. This is just
a news feed, if you will.
It's a Twitter news feed. It's got like pictures of him drinking what's it called? Yerba mate with some of the Argentinian players. It's got him smiling with his arms crossed while training. It says recovery day. That has 3,000 likes on the app, I think. You can check. Wow. You can check the upcoming Jude Bellingham fixtures. So it's got the Madrid games, it's got the England games.
Wow. Okay, that's handy for Jude Bellingham fans out there.
Yeah, it's got the La Liga table. I tell you, I found the Liga table a lot quicker than I do Googling it these days. That's nice. There's a little play button here.
Well, you know what? I used to hear people say like, "Oh, it's gone. That people just follow players now. It's that no one cares about teams and stuff." I was like, I don't know about that. I was like, the people still. I mean, definitely they follow teams. They follow their own team. That's all they care about. But players, I don't know about that. But someone's done the relevant market research to find out if there's a desire, if there's a gap in the market for an app purely dedicated to Jude Bellingham, and they put a lot of money into it. It looks good. Looks clean.
I see there's a video section. I just clicked into it, and it's got like again like a YouTube feed with custom thumbnails and what looks like multiple different long-form Jude Bellingham videos. Jude Bellingham, the face of...
Well, that's the behind-the-scenes footage you were talking about.
Behind-the-scenes footage, exactly. Best of 24, my greatest goals. Celebrating my first Champions League win. It's got loads of videos. There's a little book emoji. That's all the articles written about him. Jude scores the winner in El Clasico.
Wow. This is like your mom in an app. You know, article clippings out,
it's
best goals,
I mean, it's got
memories,
everything. All Jude Bellingham. I'm seeing also now the final tab at the bottom here, a little shopping bag, which takes me direct to Jude's Adidas collection, which I can buy through the app.
These are discounts.
It's probably discounts. Brand partners. You've got Adidas, EA Sports, LucasAid, Louis Vuitton, Dubai, Tops. Just all of Dubai is a sponsor as well, which is interesting.
I mean, it is good. I mean, if you were to see something that he was wearing and thought, that's a cool product that he's endorsing, this would be a great place to find it. I'm sure he'll have all the links, the relevant links that you could, buy these things that he's advised you to buy wearing them.
There you go.
So-
That's great. This is the whole app. There's one last thing. The notification bell. I clicked. I obviously turned on all notifications. You can go into details. I get a notification for a new post. So that's article or video. Notifications. Would you like us to notify you about England games, Real Madrid games, or both? Would I like a notification at match start, match end, when there's a goal, the lineups, when extra time starts, when penalty shootout start, or if VAR have disallowed a goal? I can get all those straight buzzed right into my phone.
Wow, if VAR disallowed a goal, that's
In just England and Real Madrid. I might just turn that one on.
Is that a dig at VAR through his app? Is that what that is? Can he get fined for this? I know what you're doing.
I'm gonna say
Jude.
I don't think he's ever seen the app, I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, I'd love to just for someone to ask him about his app and him like the panic on his face, like, oh, they made that, did they? I remember the meeting, but yeah, good. How is it? How was my app?
Gotta say, very impressed. It looked a lot better than I thought it would, but also thinking back, I don't know what exactly I was expecting.
Yeah, me neither.
Just
It was never going to be bad, was it? There was always going to be like money behind it. So
I was expecting some kind of crap game built into it. Maybe like, I don't know, some kind of Subway Surfer situation where you're Jude Bellingham or something.
yeah, like a really low level kind of cash grab. Just put his name on a shitty app, like
Flappy Bird, but it's him and you're going between goalposts, maybe something like that.
that would be insane. That would be crazy. For a free app, just put your face on Flappy Bird. What's the goal here, guys? Just thought there was.
We need an app.
Everyone's got an app these days. Yeah, that if this is the start of the footballers with apps, there'll be some bad ones. People will rush to it. They'll underfund it. They'll go, how much does a fucking UX designer cost? No, just get someone cheaper. Get someone. No way. I'm not paying that. Fuck that.
Let me look up on the App Store. If you can think of a player who might have an app, I'll look up and see.
Erling Haaland.
Okay, does Erling Haaland have an app? Let's find out when my phone starts to work. I think the Jude Bellingham app has frozen my phone solid.
Oh no, it was a virus the whole time, Will.
It's absolutely bricked my phone.
Oh shit! It takes up so much fucking storage to all those notifications.
I did
videos.
think it looked so clean. Yeah,
Did you have automatic downloads on?
I have to restart my phone.
It'd be funny to go through your camera roll and just seeing like thousands upon thousands of photos of Jude Bellingham and videos and newspaper clippings of his youth days.
I will say, at first I was like, nice that I don't have to give an email or sign in or sign any form or anything. I'm thinking now that they just were like, take it.
Well, they get it from your signing
The Play
of the
Store.
Play Store. They already got that stuff. That's been streamlined.
Why does Jude Bellingham need my home address?
Yeah. That was kind of it, I suppose. Yeah, FA Cup third round. Best time to be knocked out. Really, we've discussed this before too. Yeah, it might be bad this weekend, but I think there's games on right now. I think Man City are playing a game, and of course Roma playing a game, which means that Ferguson is 1-0 down, and he's injured.
He was injured in the last game, so
Not important then. But yeah, breaking news from the past. Man City 0, Newcastle 0 in the EFL Cup. This is the semi-final. Holy shit.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know that.
Oh, there's two legs of it though. There's two legs.
Yeah, well, the first leg is 0-0 to Newcastle. 38 minutes gone. So yeah, look, games happening right now. I would assume the other semi-final is tomorrow night. I don't know that, but maybe. Let me check.
It would make sense.
It is Arsenal-Chelsea tomorrow. So yeah, you want to hear more coverage of whatever happens during the week. No nonsense / patreon.com / no nonsense.
Patreon.com.
Yeah. $4.50 a month. We get anything happens midweek. EFL, Champions League, manager sackings, manager appointments, all that kind of stuff. We cover a bonus episode every week on the Patreon. So sign up for that. If not, review us on Spotify. Just give us the 5 stars. Nothing more, nothing less.
Not a review, more an order.
Yeah, just kind of spam it with 5 stars if you can. Multiple accounts even. If you want to take the time to sign up, please do that. If you don't want to do any of those things, that's all right. Just keep listening. If you want to stop listening, all right then.
Well, weird.
All right.
To choose.
I mean, gee, I'm running
50 minutes.
I'm running out of things to say now.
Episode,
If this is the last thing you hear, then I guess I've lost you. That's all right. I saw we got some negative comments underneath the clip of the Liverpool thing. People call us wankers, Will.
Yeah, we're called wankers. People were saying like, laugh it up. Hey, fuck it. I do feel like people maybe thought that we were laughing at Conor Bradley's injury. We weren't. We were laughing at Gabriel Martinelli pushing him around while he was injured. It's a totally different thing.
People get very emotional. These things they lose kind of sight of what's happening. But yeah, so if you think we're a wanker and you want to not listen anymore, you can do that too. For everyone else, we will see you next week with more exciting football analysis. And have a great week. Best luck.
Good luck.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense.
They say many garbage things.
You don't know what you're going to get.
This is a totally shameful, disgraceful piece of nonsense.
See what balls off of yesterday.
You'll learn a lot more if you listen rather than talk all the time.
No problem.